'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in the hope that, despite the recent economic downturn and subsequent cuts, there would be some presents in them. Suddenly, out on my lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, opened the curtains and slid open the double glazing. I'd replaced the sash windows in accordance with the previous government's low-energy emission scheme. In the light of the moon, glinting off drizzle, a car was smashed through my fence, leaking petrol or diesel. And then what to my wandering eyes should appear but a fat bloke in red, and he looked a bit strange. An odd costume he wore, I thought. I must be prudent. What if he's one of those rioting students? He might throw an extinguisher or smash one of my windows. So downstairs I went, quietly on tiptoe. Now, I'd armed myself against this aberration in accordance with American gun legislation, and as I got to the bottom, there came with a bound an old guy dressed in red right into my lounge. He stood by the chimney with a great sense of fun. I was taking no chances. I shouldered my gun. "Hang on," he cried, "if I may be so bold. I just came inside to keep out of the cold. I'm Santa, and I'm afraid I've just crashed my sleigh. I drive a hybrid these days because my reindeer poo causes up to 30% of global warming, depending on which so-called statistics you read." He's not laughing, I thought. In fact, he's in tears. So I sat him right down and I gave him a beer. He sat there morosely, and just to break tension, I asked what was wrong, and he answered, "My pension. I only work the one day a year, but my prospects in retirement are lacking, I fear. Because of the cutbacks, my retirement's been shelved. I've got to keep working till I'm 112. I can't train my helpers because the fees have gone up. The North Pole is facing a huge spending cut. The reindeers are on strike due to conditions and pay. I'm behind with repayments on my sack and my sleigh. Plus, at the presents, the elves have been taking peeks and posting the results on that WikiLeaks. And to cap it all off, I'm terribly bitter that I was arrested for a joke I put on Twitter. They closed a roof so I couldn't land, so I tweeted a joke. It was just a joke. To be honest, he said, I'd quit in a flash, remortgage my grotto to make me some cash, but I'm too old and tired, so I hope you don't mind if I lie down in your lounge and just wait to die. Now, hang on there, Santa. Don't get me wrong, the world's in a mess, but together we're strong. I said, you get back out there, you bring everyone cheer. But first, have another, mate. I've got plenty of beer. So we sat there a while, shooting the breeze. We had nuts, liqueur, chocolates, a nice port and cheese. I was by now quite fond of this twinkly old geezer as he started on his 7th Bacardi Breezer. We discussed all our problems late into the night, cracked open more beers, and put the world straight to rights. We finished the scotch, we started on rum, and then he set down his glass, saying, I'd better run. I stood Santa up and brushed down his beard. Father Christmas was back. His bad mood had cleared. Get back on your sleigh and finish your round. You've a job to do, Santa. You'll do us all proud. He sprang to his sleigh, and with vigor anew, he waved me goodbye, and he shot out of view. And I smiled as he left. He seemed to take flight. But all of a sudden, a blue flashing light. The sleigh had been stopped at the end of the street. 2 coppers had Santa out of his seat. Blow into this, sir, the biggest one said with a leer. We're doing more breath tests at this time of year. As I closed my front door, the old guy looked forlorn. I went back to bed, stifling a yawn. Such a pity that Santa got caught. And as I drifted to sleep, I had one final thought. If you get no presents this Christmas, not one thing on your list, it's my fault, I'm afraid, because I got Santa drunk.